This is the Hero 11 Black. It is GoPro's latest and greatest flagship action camera. But do you actually need one? This camera is identical to the previous generation Hero 10 and Hero 9. That means all your cases and other accessories that you had for those cameras are going to work on this one too. With the 11 Black being the full-size version of this year's GoPro, it also weighs quite a bit more than the Mini, weighing in at 154 grams. I like the overall feel of the camera in my hand. The softish rubbery texture around the body feels nice to the touch, and I think it definitely will survive lots of drops. But in case the protective cover on the camera doesn't hold up, you can easily just rotate it and change it out for a new one. Buttons on the sides require a bit more force than you would imagine to fully press down, but then again, if you are in the middle of the action, you don't want to accidentally press them. There is a door on the right side of the camera, giving you access to the battery compartment, SD card slot, and USB-C port. The door actually requires quite a bit of force to open, so you can fully trust it not to open in high action scenarios. On the bottom, there are these two folding fingers, as GoPro calls them. These help you attach all of your mounts and other accessories to the camera's body. On the back of the camera, we have a 2.27-inch touch LCD with a little status indicator in the upper left corner. When we move to the front, we can see a much smaller 1.4-inch LCD screen that doesn't have any touch input. You also have a bigger status indicator right on top of the screen, showing you when you are recording. On the bottom right, we have the microphone, which sounds pretty good for such a small camera. This is a microphone test of the GoPro Hero 11 Black, and it's about 37 meters away from my mouth, so let me know how it sounds. And last, but certainly not least, we have the camera lens itself, which has been upgraded to a 1/1.9-inch sensor. This enables the Hero 11 to capture 5.3K video in a 8:7 aspect ratio, which is kind of weird until you realize this is probably the perfect aspect ratio for cropping your content, since you can crop into it and get both vertical and horizontal video. As long as you keep your subject in the middle of the frame, you can use your footage for whatever platform you would like. The camera can still record in various other resolutions and aspect ratios, such as 4K, 2.7K, and 1080p, at the aforementioned 8:7, 4:3, and 16:9 aspect ratios. You can also record at various frame rates, 24 or 30 FPS for your regular footage. And if you want to slow it down a bit, you can go to 60 FPS even on that 5.3K resolution, or even slower at 240 FPS at 2.7K. The Hero 11 Black also adds the ability to shoot in 10-bit color, which doesn't sound like such a big upgrade going from 8-bit color on the previous generations. So what is the real difference between 8-bit color and 10-bit color? Well, with 8-bit color, your camera can capture 16.7 million colors, which is quite a lot. But with 10-bit color, your camera captures 1 billion colors. You can mostly see these changes in gradients that you record. In terms of viewing angles, we have linear, then we go to wide, then jump to the previous generation's max, super view, and with the 11 series, you are getting a new hyper view mode. This is awesome for POV stuff, but to be honest, I wouldn't use it for much more. The new sensor also shoots 27 megapixel images, which do look quite good, but with phone cameras these days getting so great, I don't see myself ever using this over my iPhone. As it goes for battery life, it is really good for an action camera this size. I will leave a link down below so you can check out all the battery life measurements using different modes directly from GoPro. The stabilization on these little action cameras has been a big part of why I would actually want one. And with the Hero 11, you are getting Hypersmooth 5.0 and the brand new Auto Boost feature. This enables GoPro to decide how much of a crop it needs to stabilize the footage. Basically, the more shaky the footage would have been, the more it crops into it. And when it becomes more stable again, it crops out. Here's a quick comparison of the stabilization turned off and fully turned on. The difference is quite mind-boggling. The Hero 11 also gets an improved horizon lock. You can practically turn the camera whichever way you would like, and it still keeps the image on horizon level. The GoPro 11 Black costs $499, but if you get the 1-year subscription of GoPro services with it, you get a discount of $150, making it only $349, which I think is a pretty good price for such a small action camera. But to be honest with you, I wouldn't recommend the GoPro if you were looking for your first camera to buy. I would only recommend it if you're doing some sort of an extreme sport or anything that really benefits from the stabilization it has. But don't let me discourage you from buying a GoPro. If you have some sort of a specific scenario that you're gonna use the GoPro for, like for example POV videos or those extreme sports that I mentioned, then go for it. It's probably the best deal on the market. Also make sure to check out my friend Lucas, who borrowed me his Hero 11 Black for this review. Okay, that's it for today and see you in the next one.